Alex Hormozi is on track to becoming the first YouTube billionaire by exploiting this genius funnel technique. And in this video, I'll expose how Alex even got to this point, how his billion-dollar funnel system works, and I'll even show you a step-by-step process on how regular people like me and you can replicate this business model. Out of the countless hours of watching and studying Alex's free content, I discovered his ulterior motive to posting free business advice on YouTube. And no, it's not for the fame or for the AdSense. Rather, the answer to this will surprise you. But to fully understand it, I first have to explain a crucial concept, because without it, the rest of the video just won't make any sense. So let's zoom out of this intricate funnel and look at the bigger picture. You see that tiny thing in the corner over there? Yeah. That's step one. So what I didn't tell you about this funnel is that it's actually comprised of two parts, and you can't jump to part 2 without passing through part 1 first. So these are the exact steps that Alex Hormozi took in his part 1, which is the part where most of us are right now. Now, I hate to break it to you alpha wolf, alpha male, escape the matrix guys out there, but unless you already have a high paying skill that you can sell to the general public, a job is going to be your first way that you can secure an income to be able to fund your business endeavors. And that's exactly what Alex Hormozi did. He actually graduated from Vanderbilt University and worked as a management consultant for 2 years. With the money saved up, he opened up 6 gyms in the span of 3 years, and then he decided to sell all of his 6 gyms to focus his attention on one thing and one thing only, which is gym launch. This is really what took him to the next level. With gym launch, what he would basically do is charge a fee to help gym owners get more clients by using the knowledge he gained by running his own gyms. After gym launch, he shifted his focus on building 3 other companies in other industries like services, software, and e-commerce, which he later sold at a much higher price and left the business with a massive profit. Bubble 5 is acquisition.com, which is set to 10x Alex's fortune from $100 million to $1 billion by using the funnel technique that I'm about to break down today. Acquisition.com is an investment company, but it's not just any regular investment company. You can think of it kind of like Shark Tank, but instead of having sharks like Kevin O'Leary and Mark Cuban, instead you have Alex Hormozi and his team. So through acquisition.com, Alex gets to invest in your company and increase the value of your business by using all of the resources and all of the knowledge that he has. He ultimately profits from this by either taking profits every now and then or selling his share of the company for a much higher valuation. But the real genius behind acquisition.com is the funnel system to be able to find these million-dollar companies. The first row of the funnel is TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. And if you think about it, you most likely discovered Alex's content through one of these 3 platforms. And that's not by mistake. Alex purposefully created these accounts to reach as many people as possible. He even said that his team focuses on creating 170 pieces of content for these 3 platforms per week. That's more than 24 posts per day, so almost 1 post every hour. But it makes sense to spend as much time and effort on these platforms because without it, everything else would be much less effective. So now that he hooked his viewers with his highly edited and engaging short form content, nearly 10% of them go to watch his long form content. But the goal of this long form content is not the ad revenue. Any money that he gets through YouTube, through his YouTube videos, or Spotify from his podcast, this is nothing to him. It's pennies compared to what he makes from his other businesses. Rather, you have to pay more attention to figure out his real intention behind all of this. If you've ever watched or listened to any of his long form content, you'll realize that they all have one thing in common. Somewhere in his video or in his podcast, Alex shamelessly plugs his book, $100 Million Offers and $100 Million Leads, but he does it in such a way that it just flows in seamlessly with the video without the viewer realizing that he's plugging his own product. So all of this free content on YouTube is a means of increasing his credibility and his popularity to be able to sell you his book, $100 Million Offers and $100 Million Leads. But what's crazy about it is that it doesn't stop here. 99% of other influencers and other YouTubers would stop right when the viewer or their subscriber, their fan, buys their product, whether that be an online course, a book, or merchandise. But Alex Hormozi takes it one step further, and this is really what's so genius about this funnel. One thing that you have to keep in mind is that he spent almost 2 years writing and perfecting his book, $100 Million Offers, so that he provides as much value as possible to his readers. And you'd be surprised to find out that in his books, he gives the readers step-by-step instructions on how to set up their first business. So naturally, the people who read his book and trust Alex Hormozi's guidance are going going to set up their business in the way that is specified by Alex Hormozi. But just like anything else in life, these business owners will eventually face problems, whether that be with scaling, hiring, marketing, or anything else. And instead of going to Shark Tank and asking investors like Kevin O'Leary or Mark Cuban to invest in their company, they're going to do what has always worked out for them and what's most familiar to them, which is seek guidance from Alex Hormozi. But now, since they have a business, it makes much more sense to go on acquisition.com. Once on acquisition.com, they'll figure out that Alex is actually the best fit to be an investor for that company. Why? Because they set up all of their systems in the same way that Alex explained. And this brings us to the final revolving loop, which ties everything together and showcases Alex's genius funnel system. So since these business owners set up their business using Alex's model, it only makes sense to have Alex come in as an investor to propel their business to the next level. So through acquisition.com, if the business is good enough, Alex is going to become a minority shareholder in the business. He then uses all of his knowledge and resources to grow the business and bring it to the next level. After that, he can either sell his share of the business for a massive profit or take profits every now and then. But this is where it gets even crazier. There's a hidden path that ties everything together. Through this process, Alex not only became richer, but he also gained more experience, which means he has more stories and advice to share, which allows him to pump more content, which increases his following and credibility, which increases his book sales, which increases business investments, and the cycle goes on and on. What I just explained right here is a version of the creator economy on steroids. But you don't even have to be on the scale of Alex Hormozi to benefit from this creator economy. You don't even have to be in the niche of finance to benefit from it either. Just to prove that this is doable for almost anybody, let's check out this random channel that I found on YouTube while doing some of my editing. So this channel is called JiggyPufffridays, and he basically creates editing tutorials. So what he does for his step one is that he creates highly engaging shorts to bring in more viewers to the channel. Then this short form content leads you to his longer form content, which is his step two. So in his long form content, he provides enough value to his viewers that they stick around all the way to the end of the video. And then once at the end of the video, he plugs his own online store where he sells virtual assets relating to editing and even sells an online editing course. That's his step three. If he wanted to take this a step further and mimic Alex Hormozi's intricate funnel, what he could do is that he could offer one-on-one service for all the people who bought his course. So let's say, for example, that you buy his online course, you're for sure going to have some problems, you're going to have some doubts. Then you could book a one-on-one call where he would charge a certain amount of money to help you out with your problems. This creator economy funnel technique is being used almost everywhere right now. You just have to open your eyes, and once you catch on, you'll notice that it's everywhere. And you too can take advantage of this creator economy. But none of this is going to help you unless you change your mindset on money. So check out this video on the 3 core concepts from Robert Kiyosaki that completely changed my output on money.